Canadian aid to Southern CSOs. And that is, we're being bypassed in that sense now, for better or worse. Well, I don't need to go into great detail about this. Many of you know what the CGCE is. It's 22 NGO members. We are, of all the coalitions in the Global Campaign for Education, we are somewhat unique in that we incorporate teachers' unions and NGOs, but especially unique because we have this strong academic engagement with this organization. And I want to just review our goals because I think we actually haven't made the mark in many ways. Well, the first was to enhance Canada's commitment to the achievement of the universal right to education by raising public awareness, stimulating evidence-based dialogue, and demanding better funding and more effective approaches to this issue within our foreign policy agenda. The second was to support forms of research and policy dialogue that encourage a sustained role for democratic engagement and civil society participation in the governance of education. And the third was to provide a forum for debate and information sharing across civil society organizations. And we also, and I think this is where the top three, we have accomplished something in the direction of all the top three, but perhaps it's in the bottom that we have had the least progress. And that was really to try to work to develop synergies across the activities of Canadian organizations with those in the South. And to make sure that the Canadian civil society and government works together to enhance a global compact for EFA. So some key issues to conclude. Well, how do we keep EFA on a government agenda that's, well, being revised and re-revised, and for which both changes in geographic allocation and no growth budget imply some winners and losers in EFA. How can we help to improve the quality of Canadian interventions? There's really no question that we're doing more, but not a lot of apparatus in place to find out whether we're doing better. Are we really attacking the issue of quality, not just quality in terms of can kids read, but quality in terms of a holistic sense of contributing to the rights of the child, to the protection of the child, and to the livelihoods of the child. Civil society actors, of course, need to pay more attention to their own part in aid effectiveness, and there's a challenge for all of us in trying to make sure that we don't add to the transaction costs, add to the reproduction of the Western school in the South, and of course ongoing challenges to CSO funding. I'm going to leave it there, but just to say that one of the sort of political moments or political opportunities that faces us as a coalition is the hosting of the G8 in Canada in 2010. And also the primarily US-led efforts to create a new global fund for education, something that we have been debating in the GCE and the CGCE as about in terms of its appropriateness and well, whether we should endorse or get on board with this idea. And I think Sarah's going to bring us along in understanding what this global fund idea is, but not only from the perspective of is it a good mechanism, but also what could this be the thing that would help us to revitalize or reinvigorate the EFA efforts internationally.